Hello, this is Julius from Basic Financials. Today I'm going to talk a bit about investments, simple investments. Now, I have to start by saying I'm not a financial advisor, I'm an accountant. And an accountant and a financial advisor are two very different things. As accountants, we often comment on people's advice just because the experience we might have might help, but we're only really doing that as a secondary. It's the financial advisor who gives the financial advice. So I'm definitely not saying here you should do this, you shouldn't do that. All I'm doing is saying what I have read, what I've seen, and listened to, and giving you the benefit of that. If you haven't also, you may well have heard it as well, but this might back up what you've heard. Now, a lot of people at the moment are a bit worried about putting money into the stock markets, which is quite reasonable. Now, generally, the thing to do in these sorts of times when with coronavirus and the markets are going up and down all over the place is keep your head. Probably best not to sell everything, because I've done a previous video about that, and we tend to sell things at the cheapest price and buy them at the highest, just because we go with what people are doing, and we get scared, and then we get confident, and then it just leads us to buying and selling at the wrong time. The best thing to do is just to stick with your plan. So if you're paying regular contributions, which is often the best thing because it smooths out ups and downs, then do that. Just keep going. And also probably best not to try and time the market. There are people out there who do that, and why would you be in a better position to be able to do it than them? And most of the time they can't do it anyway. So best not to try. If you time the market wrong, the market might rise over a period of time, and if you just happen to time it in a bad fluctuation where it's gone down, so you buy something and then it goes down, and you suffer that fall, and when it goes back up again, you can't recover that. So well, you will do, but not as much as you would have done if you'd just carried on as usual. So yes, probably best not to time the market. Now, this is not really what I'm mainly saying. So in or out of the market, up to you. But just carry on as usual, as my thought on it. If you're thinking more, understandably, of cash, now just at the moment, we're in August 2020 at the moment, it's been like that for a few months and may well be for a bit longer. The banks, you will have noticed, have just really reduced all of their savings interest rates to pretty much nothing. Very low amounts. Now, national savings and investments, you may well have heard, they're still pretty poor, but compared to the banks, they're much better. The national savings investments, I think the best one going at the moment is in what they call an income bond of, I think it's 1.16%, where you put an amount in, and then the interest is paid monthly to the account that probably where you put the money in from. That's the best going at the moment. They also have some other bonds and ISAs and things that you can access pretty much instantly at around about 1.9%. I think that's the ISA, and then 1% I think at the moment is the direct saver, so just a normal savings account. But the income bond's just as good. I think you can get the interest paid in, and then if you want to top it up, you put some more in sometime. So they seem to be doing the best at the moment, and from what I gather, it sounds like they're not likely to be reducing anytime soon, because the government are needing to get more money from the public. Their goal is to get quite a bit more money than they have at the moment. So therefore, they need to keep their interest rates at a relatively good rate. It's still not good, but a relatively good rate in order to attract the customers. What they tend to be doing is offering better rates. If you've entered into a fixed rate bond at some point in the past, when it comes up for renewal, they're likely to offer you a better rate than they're offering anywhere else, which is probably quite a good idea to do, because, as I say, you won't get much better anywhere else at the moment. The other thing about National Savings Investment is it's backed by the government. So whereas normal banks and investment places, they've got a cap of £85,000 on your savings. So if the institution goes bust, then you'll be protected up to 85,000. Now, government, it's unlimited really, because assuming that hopefully the government won't go bust. If the government won't bust, then you might have a problem. But other than that, your investment is protected past the £85,000. The interest is taxable, and the only thing that isn't, as that I know about, are national savings certificates, but they're not really selling them at the moment. So if you've got them, you can renew them, and that interest is tax-free. Of course, the other thing you can do with national savings investments is premium bonds. They say that the interest rate is pretty competitive. I say the interest rate, that's the average prize. Obviously, you've got the chance of winning nothing, and you've got the chance of winning a lot more than nothing. So there's another one to do. So anyway, yeah, just look out for National Savings Investment. The website's pretty good. It's not too many things on offer, so they're nice and simple. And yeah, hope that helps. And yeah, if you've got any comments or questions, if you put them in the box below, and like and subscribe as usual. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you again for another video soon.